Hey guys, my name is Frank from the Trucking Couple. On this channel, we talk about everything trucking and expediting, whether it's trucks, the industry, or the lifestyle. Today, I'm going to talk to you about two different teams and two different results from what they did and didn't do. Coming up after this.
We better stick together, let's come whatever. We're not coming home tonight. We're living quick in the world, gotta get it right now. We only need the two of us together. I need only you in this crazy world. 'Cause we got love. I need only you here with me. You wanna get close to me, why don't you do it right now?
Welcome back, guys. I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome to 2022. So today I have a story for you, tale of two teams. When I started with Highfield Trucking, we had a couple of years into it, we started a mentorship program. And the one thing that was consistent about the mentorship program was that if you followed the directions, if you followed the instructions of your mentor, which I was the first one, you would be successful. I didn't have any secret sauce. I just had a way of doing things and having patience, which is the hardest thing to learn. Um, so we had two teams who started right about the same time, and they had the same mentor, and they had completely different results because of how they handled things with the mentor program. Now, I'm not going to tell you the team's names. I'm not going to tell you their mentor's name. I'm not going to tell you very much details. What I will tell you is what they did, what they didn't do. I will tell you the results. I will tell you the revenue, because those are numbers that are ours and ours to share, as long as I don't divulge any personal information, which I will not do. So, two teams that started with us around September of 2021. They were both assigned to the same mentor, and one team decided that they were going to take the approach that they were going to take. They knew nothing about trucking, and that they were going to listen to everything blindly from their mentor. Whatever the mentor said, they were going to listen to it. Now, ultimately, it's their decision on whether or not they take their advice, because they're independent contractors. But this team decided to do it the way the mentor said. The other team, having previous trucking experience, thinking that they knew what they were doing because they were truckers, decided they were going to, pick and choose what pieces of advice they would take. And the results were enormously different. And I'm going to share that with you. So we're going to fast forward to the month of November of 2021, and I'm going to show you the statistics from those two teams. Now, remember, during November, there's Thanksgiving. So if you take off during that time, which a lot of people do, and that is your choice to do. If you want to take off a holiday or if you want to stay out, that's up to you. Stephanie and I did both. Sometimes we worked, sometimes we didn't work, just depended where we were and what was going on in our lives. We like to take a lot of our vacations during those down times. Costs us more to do, but the revenue is usually down. But still, it doesn't mean you're not going to make any money. There's so many teams that go home during the holidays that there is money left out there to be made. So the team started in September, where they've had, let's say 6 weeks of being in the truck, kind of getting used to everything, and they're listening or not listening to their mentors. Okay. So we'll say team A is the team that listened to their mentors, and team B is the team that did not listen to their mentors. Same mentor. Remember that. That is key, because this mentor gives the same advice to everybody. It may be a different situation in each load, because one gets offered so many miles and stops and different things like that. So it's going to be a lot different that way. but the opportunities out there are pretty much the same. That being said, Team A decided to stay out during the holiday. I don't know if they had any loads over the holiday. Okay. I don't know, how many loads, where they did, or what they did. I do know that the mentors that coached them to stay in the northeast quadrant of the United States. And I don't necessarily mean New England and northeast. I mean, let's say west of the east, I apologize, east of the 35 and north of the 40. Okay. So that's a pretty big section of the United States. So if you stay in that section, you can run a lot of loads and you can make a lot of money, and there is negotiating on loads. You don't have to take loads, and you have to listen to the mentor, because these people are people that are doing this in and out every day. Now, that Team A, the successful team, stayed out. Team B decided not to stay out, went home a few days before Thanksgiving, and then came out a few days after Thanksgiving. So they took a whole, 7 to 10 days off. Same amount of time in the truck, right? So each one had their own decision to make. Now let me share with you the results, okay? The revenue for Team A, this is a gross revenue. This includes fuel surcharge, includes tolls, includes all revenue, okay? Was $39,800. $39,800. Now, let's say you take out 10% of that for fuel surcharge and tolls. I don't know if that's accurate. I'm just throwing a number that an arbitrary number that you can decide, and we can make, some idea if we can use it as a guesstimate. Okay. So let's say that 39,000, we'll say $4,000 of that was fuel surcharge and tolls. So let's just break it down to 35,000. So if you're making 40% of $35,000, okay, you just made $14,000. Okay. 40% of 35,000 is $14,000. That's what the team made. They also get a bonus on the total amount, which came out to right around $800. So you got $14,800. And they made another bonus on top of that, which was $750 that went to the team. So that team took home in the month of November $15,500. That's a lot of money. That's damn close to $8,000 per person. Now, that's a team that listened to everything the mentor said. Sometimes they asked questions, they asked why, they did this, they did that. But at the end of the day, they listened to what the mentor said. They stayed out, so they were available for a lot more loads. Team B did not listen. They went places that they were told they shouldn't go, to the West Coast, where load count matters. They took loads for less revenue than they were told they should. They took loads off the load board that they wanted to do because it was convenient for them, not because it was a good business decision. The difference was that they made $19,900 total to the truck for that month. Now you're talking about a $20,000 difference in revenue. $20,000. That's $5,000 a week in a 4-week month in revenue. That means that team, one team made over $15,000 with the bonuses. This team, if we use the same formula, let's just call it an even 20 and take off the same 10%. So then you got $18,000, right? No bonuses. So they're making 40% of that. That's $3,600 per person, $7,200 total to the team versus $15,000 to the team. This is the difference between a team that listens and a team that doesn't. Okay. Now, of course, the team that didn't listen is very unhappy. They've already quit. They can't make any money at this. The team that stayed went on to duplicate their numbers in December. So it's either sometimes you're too smart for your own good, and it's everybody else's fault except your own. I really have a problem with that. My problem is that I apologize for my language, but I'm a firm believer in own your own shit. If you mess up, own it, say, I messed up. It's my fault. If it's not working, change it. Figure out what you're doing wrong and change it and make a correction so you can do it right. The biggest thing I can tell you is if you're coming into this industry, this is not normal trucking. This is not what you are used to doing. If you are coming from a tractor trailer, if you're coming from a cent per mile, forget everything you know and act like you don't know anything. The biggest, I used to sell cars a long time ago when in my early 20s. And when I didn't know anything, I made a lot of money because I was listening to the people that were training me. And as soon as I got smart, I stopped making money. Once you start looking at somebody and on this, they say the worst mistake you can make as a car salesman is to pre-qualify somebody, to look at somebody and think about what they can buy just by how they appear. And that is a huge mistake. The biggest mistake you can make in this business is thinking that you're going to figure this out on your own. Let the people that are with you teach you how to make money. If you can do that, if you can swallow your pride and say, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. Let me listen to somebody that does know what they're doing. You are going to be extremely successful in this business. If you can't, you're not, and you're going to last less than 3 months like this other team did. And then you're going to blame us and you're going to create fake names and go around and badger us and beat us up. And that's okay. You know, it's going to happen. Not everybody's going to love you. Not everybody's going to appreciate you. But what most people won't do either is own their mistakes. Yes, you're in camera, Stephanie. So take that to heart. If this is something that you want to do, if you would like to join us, then you can email me at thetruckingcouple@gmail.com. You'll receive a reply back. It's not a reply. You can schedule an appointment to talk to me, and we can talk about whether or not this is the right thing for you, or if you just have questions. I do not reply to these emails personally. It's an auto reply. You have to schedule an appointment to talk to me. We are looking for teams, as usual, always, and established teams. If you are a solo driver, I don't have any answers for you. I'm sorry. I hope that this helps you a little bit. I hope it helps you understand how the mentorship program works. You can see the difference in if you listen and you don't listen. These are the same equipped trucks. They had the same opportunities. They just, one team listened, the other team didn't. That is the only difference. If you want to talk to me, if you are interested in expediting, you want to make that kind of money, email me at thetruckingcouple@gmail.com, but be ready to learn and act like you don't know anything at all. That's the reality of it. Hope you're doing good in this new year. I will see you soon on the next one. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Catch you later. Bye.